Now we're going to look at part 4 of chapter 1, and it's called Relationships. In their book, Divided by Faith, sociologists Michael Emerson and Christian Smith shared their findings that local churches in America are actually perpetuating systemic inequities in society. Their research not only confirmed that most evangelicals attend racially segregated churches, but also that they spend 70 to 80% of their time relationally with others who attend the same local church as they do. The conclusion is this: evangelical Christians today are not only racially segregated from one another, but they are relationally segregated from one another as well. So the question is this: how does the racial and relational segregation of Christians in America perpetuate systemic inequities in society? The answer is, apart from ethnically and economically diverse relationships, we cannot grow in our understanding of others different from ourselves. We cannot develop trust with others different than ourselves. And we will not truly love others different from ourselves. Apart from understanding, trust, and love, we are less likely to engage with others different from ourselves or to address the systemic inequalities and racial realities so often experienced by minorities throughout America. And without such involvement, nothing changes. Systemic inequalities are perpetuated, and the disparaging consequences of institutional racism remain deeply entrenched in our society. So, another question is, what is institutional or systemic racism? It is the collective failure of an organization to provide an appropriate and professional service to people because of their color, culture, or ethnic origin. It can be seen and detected in processes, attitudes, and behaviors, which amount to discrimination through unwitting prejudice, ignorance, thoughtlessness, and racist stereotyping, which disadvantage minority ethnic people. So institutional racism describes any system that exists in which the effects of racism are felt or experienced by individuals within it, and where the cause of these effects is not overt racism or racist intent. So even if no one means to treat people from other ethnic or economic groups differently, or even realizes that they are, if they do treat them differently, then racism still exists. So, questions for us. Name 3 people outside of your family with whom you share the closest relationships. How many of these relationships began in your local church? And then how many of these 3 people are of a different ethnicity and or economic background than you? The next question: what have you experienced in developing cross-cultural relationships so far? What would you say are the benefits and or challenges involved in doing so? And the final question: have you seen examples of institutional racism, and would you explain that situation?